Jack Toretto, along with his kids Dominic and Jakob, drives in the last automobile race of the 1989 season. Dom debates dirty tactics with rival racer Kenny Linder while Jakob is at work. Kenny's car clipped Jack's bumper, causing him to smash a wall and explode, killing him as Jack and Kenny resumed the race. A member of Jack's crew named Buddy stops Dom when he attempts to run onto the track. Dom and Jakob lament the passing of their father. Now retired and off the grid, Dom and his wife Letty are raising their son Brian. Tej, Ramsey, and Roman arrive with word that Mr. Nobody had managed to capture Cipher, but that his jet had been assaulted and she had been taken out by renegade agents. The team requests his assistance in locating the crash site after the jet crashed near Montecinto, Central America. Letty accepts, but Dom declines. When Dom replays the distress call, he discovers that Jakob is responsible for the hijacking. They discover a piece of the Ares device, which can break into any computerized weapons system while searching the aircraft. A private army attacks the group, and Jakob snatches the tool and flees. While traveling to their safe place, the squad meets Stasiak. After the collision in 1989, Kenny Linder pays honor to Jack. He criticizes and strikes Dom after a fight with Jakob, who then nearly kills him. Jakob watches as Dom is taken into custody. Jakob meets with his colleague Otto in the present. Jakob rejects Cipher's efforts to get him to work for her while they are imprisoned in their base. She informs him that Edinburgh, Scotland, is where the other half of Ares is located. Mia Toretto, who wants to help because Jakob is also her brother, joins Dom and the squad. Dom is hesitant to endanger Mia, but Letty and she convince him that his kids are secure with Brian. When the crew gathers for a debriefing, they learn that Han has been collaborating with Mr. Nobody. The group disperses, with Dom traveling to meet Buddy in LA. In 1991, while Dom is serving his prison term, he remembers that Jakob was working on Jack's automobile the day he passed away and comes to the conclusion that Jakob is to blame. After being freed, Dom visits the LA street racing scene, where Jakob has been dominating. In an arrangement that results in Jakob leaving town and only Mia remaining in contact with him, Dom meets and challenges him. Buddy, who took in Jakob when Jack passed away, meets with DOM. Informing Dom that Jakob is in London, Buddy reprimands him for taking away Jacob's family and advises him to make peace with the past. Dom moves on. While Roman and Tej travel to Germany to find Sean, Twinkie, and Earl who have been working on a rocket car, Letty and Mia arrive in Tokyo to look for Han. When Dom gets to London, he runs into Queenie Shaw, who tells him where Jakob is. Otto is confronted by Dom, who is subsequently told to leave by Jakob. Otto arranges for Interpol agents to detain DOM. An old acquaintance of Dom's, Lisa, aids in his escape and lends him Jacob's rifle so he can track him using his biometric imprints. Letty and Mia run into Elle and Han in Tokyo. In Edinburgh, where Jakob is creating an electromagnetic field to interfere with security systems in an attempt to steal the second Ares device, Tej, Roman, and Ramsey meet up with DOM. When Tej and Roman discover the magnetic device and fight their way out, they are compromised. Ramsey seizes control of the truck the magnet is hooked to and pursues Otto. Dom, in the meantime, spots Jakob zipping between structures and stops him. While Otto gets ready for an evacuation, the two fight throughout the city until Ramsey runs his car off the road. Jakob attempts to flee by stealing a car, but Dom captures him using the truck's magnet. Cipher is hired by Otto once he returns to his base. Jakob is detained at the Toretto safe house in a cell. Giselle was a former CIA agent who worked for Mr. Nobody, according to Han. Mr. Nobody tasked Han, who was devastated by Giselle's passing, with guarding Elle and Ares because Elle's DNA is the final piece. The two used Deckard Shaw to stage Han's death so that he could defend Elle when Mr. Nobody told Han that one of his agents had turned rogue. Jakob, who had been Mr. Nobody's rogue agent, is liberated by Otto after he attacks the safe house. Jakob further discloses that in 1989, Jack was deeply in debt and had made plans to pose as dead in an effort to provide a better life for his family. He asked Jakob to tamper with his car, but things didn't work out as planned, and the car blew up. Otto and Jakob abduct Elle while also stealing the second Ares device. Jakob instructs Elle to turn on the Ares gadget as Otto launches a satellite into orbit. They want to move around Tbilisi in an armored truck as they wait for Ares to be sent to the satellite. In an effort to save Elle and halt the upload, Dom, Letty, Mia, Ramsey, and Han pursue. Otto betrays Jakob, who is then pushed off the truck as Mia and Han attempt to breach the truck. Jakob uses Mia's car to flee after Dom and Mia save him, but he later comes back to aid Dom and Ramsey in getting into the truck. Before Ares can be uploaded, Tej and Roman enter orbit and detonate the satellite. In an effort to murder Dom, Cipher employs a remotely controlled plane to bomb the truck. Dom escapes, but Otto is killed in the process. The truck strike